Good morning to you. We're going live. We're going live. I think we're live. I think we're live. Ooh, burn, baby, burn. LA Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. LA Inferno. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fire. Fire in the hole. Burn, baby, burn. LA Inferno. Welcome. Are we live? Are we live? How come I don't see myself? How come I don't see myself? Do you see me? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. How you doing? Marcus Conte reporting on the LA fires. What a time. What a time in history, right? Did you know that? I mean, a lot of people have been predicting the end of the world. That the world, as we know it, our world, our human world, which we live in on Earth with other species and other animals and other creatures, is going to end in wildfire, right? Biblically, climatically, climate change, people have been saying it. Joe Rogan is now on the record for years saying that he spoke to a fireman once upon a time, and the fireman told him that the people of LA are just lucky because the wind blows in the wrong direction, and if it blew in the right direction, the wildfire would burn everything from one end of California right to the fucking ocean. That's what Joe Rogan said. So I guess the big question is this sudden eruption of wildfires that we're seeing in LA, is it real? It appears to be real. But beyond that, is it because of human intervention? Is it the hypothetical, theoretical, sometimes, ridiculous claims of climate change that is causing it, and the human activity that we are engaged in, right? Our human activity is quite possibly causing a lot of these problems. It certainly is in many respects. If you look at like the animal kingdom, for example, or any species that that humans, basically run the fuck over and kill and eat and destroy and remove. And that includes trees, that includes, anything that's in the human's path. Right, the humans are definitely doing that on Earth, and is the consequence of that some sort of knee-jerk reaction from Mother Nature? Well, I think of course it is. How could it not be? Right? For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. So if you start consuming things, and eventually those things start to run out, or and you keep sucking, for example, petroleum out of the ground, you create holes, and then you have tsunamis, and then you have other things. But what about wind? What the fuck is causing the wind? Maybe not. Maybe it's not wind, but maybe it's the moisture. Maybe because, I don't know, humans are using too much water or something is causing these fires. So we're going to look at these, we're going to be looking at these fucking fires in LA and all the poor rich people that are losing their homes. Well, don't build your fucking house, A, where there's fire, and B, don't do it by the shore, because we know that the ocean gets angry too. It's not just fire. These are the elements that we live in. We live in the elements of water and shit. And, for me, I don't live anywhere near where I can get flooded. I live up on a hill. Where I live is on the top of a hill, and the water flows down. So it'd take fucking, 500 feet of water before my house floats. So I'm safe there. Fire, I've never fucking seen a fire in Pennsylvania. I've never seen a fire blow through here. I don't smell fire. I don't see fire. So I'm safe over there. But the cold, man, it's fucking 18 degrees right now. I feel bad for the stray cats. I'm not used to seeing cats outside. My cats in my life have always been nice and cozy in the fucking house, sitting by whatever heat element you have. The cat is always right there. But when they live outside, they're fucking frozen. I've made friends with a couple of outdoor cats. Namely the one that I believe is the reincarnation of Batman. Beautiful black cat that comes by and visits. He's fucking frozen, man. I'm able to pet him, and a lot of people can't do that. Most people, the outdoor cats won't come near you. They'll just take the food and leave. But Batman definitely, they're cold and they're frozen and they move slower in the great outdoors. And luckily we have these homes that we build around ourselves, and we pump in that devastatingly dangerous fucking natural gas that keeps us warm. Right? It'll burn fucking wood. And man, you got to stay alive. Right? I'm not here to say that you have to freeze your ass off, freeze your balls off in the wintertime. And if air conditioning is something you like in the summer, you don't have to sweat your ass off. But use these elements, but know that there are consequences, and I think we are seeing consequences certainly in LA, where the wind is picking up and the dryness is just causing like fucking fires. I once thought that a lot of it was Antifa. You remember back when we were seeing all the wildfires in 2020, and it seemed in Portland and Washington. That it seemed like there were accelerants, stubborn kids using fireworks to accelerate the fires and then blaming fucking Mother Nature on it, whatever. But so we're going to explore this subject today of wildfire in LA. We'll see if it's happening or not. This is my thumbnail today: wildfires, Hollywood fires, 2025. That's the theme in LA. People used to go to LA for the sunshine and surfer songs, and now they're fucking leaving because of the riots and the violence and the looting. There's also looting going on now in LA a little bit. It's picking up. The looting is picking up because of the fires. What are you going to do? You're going to go into someone's burnt house and steal their burnt guitar? The fucking everything's burned. And if the fire people tried to put it out, it's burned and sobbing wet. No value. There's no value. And, poor animals, poor birds. Birds are smart, though. A lot of animals will flee long before the fire sets in. But trees and plants and certainly a lot of wildlife that might be caged in, they got nowhere to go. Let the fucking... Bad problem, right? So this is my website. Where are we? Why am I on the wrong page? My website, marcusconte.com, video journalist right here. One of the longest-running educational philosophical live streams in America. Reruns are, if you're watching this live, like these fine people are right here, Weevil Girl in the house, William R. Hall, great artist from Syracuse, New York, is here. Bambi Tremblay. Hey, man, what's up? What's up, Bambi? Nice to meet you. Thomas Robinson. Good morning, Thomas. How are you, man? Tex Murphy is here. Zoot Suit Cooter and Weevil Girl, the beautiful Weevil Girl on the wrench is here. And this is live every morning, almost every morning. And if you're catching it on BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, wherever you are, wherever you're watching the program, thank you for... joining me on this very cold, fiery morning here in America. So we'll start by Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, the great Joe Rogan, the now prophet Joe Rogan, warned of L.A. fires resurfaces as blazes pummel Southern California. Here's what Joe Rogan said at some point. He keeps saying it over and over again. Let's listen to Joe Rogan, the prophet Joe Rogan, speak.
Fire department shirt.
It's a badass job.
Fucking tough people, man.
Yeah.
Those fucking people, they don't get nearly the credit that they deserve. So I was talking to this guy, and he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through L.A. all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it.
Not a fucking thing we could do about it. Imagine that. That's what a fireman, right? So the story is the fireman told Joe Rogan this. Not a fucking thing you can do about it. Why would he make it up? Why would the fireman say it? He's saying, no, man, this shit is out of control, right? This fucking, the wind blows and everything in its path gets burned. Natural phenomena, right? Are we creating it? Is it human intervention? To some degree it is. But we've known about this for a long time. Wildfires in this region of America is not new, but it does seem to be escalating.
I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through L.A., and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. The wind was once desirable for surfers, but... So, resurfaced clips from Joe Rogan Experience show the mega podcaster has been warning the right wind will catch one of California's many wildfires and burn through LA to the ocean. So, Joe Rogan's spot on because he's so rich and famous. Everybody's paying attention to him. They still call him a comic. Joe Rogan, the comic, the UFC fighter. Now, Joe Rogan is one of the most successful media persons in the world. Joe Rogan has interviewed the President of the United States, a couple of them, and everybody who's tried to become one. So Joe Rogan is more than just a fucking kickboxer and a comic, a failed comic. He didn't get popular telling jokes. He got popular listening to people. That's what Joe Rogan does. Joe Rogan's interviews he has an incredible talent for listening to people and letting them spew their garbage on fucking video. Joe Rogan's a master at that. What else? So let's look at some of the spin. Sky News reporting, let's take a journey. If you're not in California, we're going to take a visit to California and see what the fuck is going on with all these fires.
130,000 people have been told to leave their homes as authorities concede they cannot control the inferno. The fires have claimed the lives of 5 people, and that death toll is set to rise. Strong winds are fanning the intense flames, which have so far destroyed more than
McDonald's is on fire.
1,000 properties. Many of them are multi-million-dollar homes, including those belonging to Hollywood celebrities. The state's National Guard has been mobilized as firefighters run out of water, and off-duty personnel are being called in to assist.
What? Firefighters running out of water? The firefighters are running out of water. What the fuck is going on? Why don't you pump it out the ocean? Right? There's no ocean. There's no water in L.A. Isn't L.A. by the ocean? Come on, man. No water to put out the fire? Not that you want to pump salt water into the fucking, the ground, into the fire. That's bad. If you pump salt water in, forget about it. You're killing off. I take that back. You don't want to pump salt water in. But there's no lakes or anything? Why is there a fucking water shortage in L.A.? What's that all about? What's that all about?
The mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, has hit back at criticism that she was out of the country.
Look at the fucking blazes.
I've been in constant contact with our fire commanders, with county, state, and federal officials. I took the fastest route back, which included being on a military plane, which facilitated our communications. So I was able to be on the phone the entire time of the flight. We are fighting for you and everyone in Los Angeles.
Yeah, man.
The main fire in the beachside community of Pacific Palisades is one of 7 burning as we go to air. The latest blaze to break out is in the Hollywood Hills. Other fires to the north of LA are also threatening homes and businesses. The local fire department says the Eaton Canyon blaze has now burnt over 4,000 hectares near Pasadena, and the Hearst fire close to Santa Clarita covers almost 300 hectares. Officials say the Hollywood Hills blaze is close to being contained, and authorities...
There's nothing contained. There's nothing contained. As Joe Rogan said, if the wind shifts, you see the way the wind is blowing in a certain direction, and it's consuming everything that's flammable. But the fire, it's pushing the fire in a certain direction. There's no fire. Wind shifts. Wind changes. If you know anything about wind, if you've ever surfed or flew a kite, you know that the wind can shift like in a minute. You could be flying your kite north and then suddenly it falls and you got to go south. That happens all the time. It shifts very quickly.
Vowing to rebuild.
The battle continues, as does our resolve. We will put out the fire, and then it will be time to rebuild. In this community, and
then there'll be the time to rebuild. Then that's when you'll see Gavin Newsom begging Trump for billions of dollars, and then arguing that Trump won't give us money. Trump, you see, we're fucking burning in hell. It's hell A. Hell A, and Trump won't give us the fucking money. So that's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom in another few days. Trump won't give us the money. Trump, give us...
We get knocked down, but we always pick ourselves up.
And to my friends out there that have lost their homes, we are here for you as we look forward to what we are going to do to help you rebuild your life.
You got it. A lot of people don't have insurance. I heard about that too. The insurance companies. This sounds almost illegal, but the insurance companies are flipping their finger to people in California, saying, "Fuck you. We're not taking the liability. You built your home in a fire zone. Right? You built your fucking home on a campfire, or how about when you build it on the ocean, right? 10 feet away from the sea line." Who's going to insure that? You almost feel sympathetic for the insurance people, because their money is not to pay out. Their money is to take your money. Their profit is taking your money, and there's no fire or there's no fucking anything else. So why would they insure something that there's a high probability that it's going to burn? So no insurance for LA billionaires and their homes.
Video of the disaster is shocking and extraordinary. This house, one of many collapsing in the Hollywood Hills. More than 3 million people have been left without power.
3 million people without power.
Officials say the worst of the fire is yet to come. Martha Kellen.
The worst is yet to come. Holy shit. I like these Sky News people, these fucking Aussies. They know how to tell. They know how to report on American news.
Begins our coverage tonight.
Raging and still out of control, the wildfires which have devastated this city. Fanned by hurricane-strength winds, new blazes erupting here all the time.
See, that's what it is. It's hurricane-strength winds. Look where you are, Sunset Boulevard. Hurricane-strength winds. That's what does it. When a wind is blowing 60 miles an hour, it's like a blowtorch. You ever blow on when you blow on a fire to get it going? The wind is what accelerates the fire once it's going. It doesn't blow it out; it accelerates it. Hurricane strength winds blows it right to the fucking ocean and takes everything with it.
Firefighters battling but being defeated on all fronts.
You know what? I don't feel so bad for firefighters. They know what they're doing. Most firefighter companies, they don't run into blazing fucking fire. They don't do that. They're very smart. They're very calculated. They know what they can put out and what they can't put out. Sometimes they got to let shit burn, right? And that's all you can do. You let it burn, and then you deal with it once it's somewhat stoppable. But most of the time, firemen don't run into a burning building that's about to collapse. They know. They obviously study fucking fires and know. So they do a good job, is what I'm trying to say.
This is now the worst fire in LA's history. The epicenter is Pacific Palisades, one of its wealthiest neighborhoods. Home
One of the most wealthiest neighborhoods in America burns to the ground. That's a headline.
upon home here razed to the ground. People who evacuated will return to find only chimney breasts.
There's nothing left. There's nothing left. All the wood is burned. All the wood and fucking everything else is dust. The only thing that's left is brick chimneys.
Still standing.
It's hard to believe, but this is the very centre of Pacific Palisades. This is
Looks like a movie scene, right? It's a fucking Hollywood movie scene. Right? Make a movie. Make a
one
movie.
of LA's most exclusive neighbourhoods. It's home to the likes of Reese Witherspoon, Ben Affleck, Tom Hanks. All were evacuated. And
Ben Affleck and Tom Hanks have been evacuated. Oh my God.
look at what remains of the heart of this place. This building used to have
The poor trees. Look at the palm trees got wiped.
an Italian restaurant, a couple of coffee shops, a bank. They're all now gone, and it's a similar picture over the other side of the road too. There used to be a smoothie bar in here, a clothes shop, a dry cleaner.
There's nothing left. It's fucking gone. LA, this part of LA is gone.
Is almost complete destruction.
Complete destruction.
With roads closed to most cars, local
You got to go in there. I'm telling you, the looters, they're going to go in and look for the vaults, the safes, right? Rich people keep their shit in safes. The looting, they're going to be digging, the firemen and the fucking cops are going to be digging for safes, and finding the loot, finding the gold. Gold and money in a safe won't burn, right? If it's in the right safe.
people came on
Looting.
bikes, horrified at what they found.
It's hard to process. I mean, it's as if I'm looking at a movie.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's stunning.
How's your home?
I got to say, this is the one time you might want to wear a mask when shit is burning like that, so you don't have to breathe it in. It'll take out a little. The mask will, fucking N95 will take out some of the smog. And how do you know it's working? Just look at the outside of the mask after you wear it for a few minutes, and you'll see it starts to get black. So wear a mask if you're in LA.
Oh, it's gone. It's all the way gone. Yeah. There's very few homes that made it.
What does this make you think when you see this?
It makes me think of something like the end of the world, like life and death.
Apocalyptic, right?
That situation. This is pretty extreme. The extremest thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's just.
This is no joke, man. This is no fucking fake. This is not fake news. This is really happening in Los Angeles, California.
At this point, it's about surviving and about trying to save as many people as you can.
What will be the financial toll of this?
This is going to be probably the most expensive natural disaster in the history of the state, maybe the history of the country.
Right. So right there, here comes Gavin Newsom. Enter Gavin Newsom to Trump. This is the worst disaster in California history. We need $50 billion. And if you don't give it to us, you're a motherfucker.
Because there are like $20, $30 million houses that went up.
Yeah.
And all of these houses are worth $3-4 million, and some of them $10 million.
They were worth $3 and $4 million. Now they're worth nothing. These properties are worth nothing. They're not worth $4 million anymore. Who would build their fucking house? Who would go after it burns to the ground? Who would buy that property and build another $1 million home? You'd have to have your head examined to do that, or build it. Call Elon Musk and build it fireproof. Fucking fireproof, right? Which means no trees, nothing around you that can burn, right? Total isolation in the middle of nothing, and maybe the house will survive a fire.
$1 million. So all of the hundreds of houses that burned, I mean, you do the math.
It's staggering, isn't it, the scale of this?
It's mind-boggling how it came into town and gutted the commercial district. I mean, it's incomprehensible to me.
Some of LA's most iconic landscapes are transformed, contorted by fire and covered in ash. This is the Pacific Coast Highway, normally a stunning coastal drive.
So there's the ocean right there. There's the ocean. Look how close you are to the ocean.
Oceanfront properties now dust. Clayton watches as his neighbour's home burns down.
They just had a baby 4 days ago or something.
When they live in that house?
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
They did.
Look at this. Look at America right now. Look at Americans. Hey, Tice over there in fucking Amsterdam. Check this out, man. Look what the Americans are burning. Right? This guy's on fire. His fucking coat is on fire.
Anger is growing at the perceived lack of firefighters on the ground. People attempting to protect their own properties.
We've had 2 hoses and there hasn't been one single fire truck here the entire night, and which I understand. I guess there's only so many, but not one. I watched the entire Malibu burn down without any water being sprayed on it at all.
Yeah. Too bad.
A firefighter tells me they struggle to get enough water from these fire hydrants overnight.
There's no water in the fire hydrants. They're pumping fucking empty. They're empty.
The state's Governor, Gavin Newsom, not addressing those concerns.
Governor, firefighters are telling me they didn't have enough water to tackle these blazes. Were you ill-prepared?
There's not enough water, not Gavin Newsom.
Governor, for a blaze of this size?
So he's running away from the fucking problem. What else we got? Palisades fire. I like the videos. The videos are good. I'm watching the videos. Here's some more. Fucking, come on. Cars on fire. Heavy destruction, boy. 5 dead. Millions without power.
Operation 1041.
That's some serious fucking fire. That's loud. Boom. Wow, there it is. That's beautiful. That is very revealing. Look at that. Look at the Los Angeles fucking hills on fire. Right, what's stopping it? I'm telling you, if you lived in look at this house. If you lived in this fucking house, would you still be there? Would you still be sitting in this house, looking out your patio at the when there's eight? How fucking tall are these fires? These are 100-foot fucking waves of fire coming at you. It's time to go. Go into the middle of the country. You remember L.A.? You remember? It's funny now. All the people of California and New York, how they hated the middle of the country. Oh, those people, they're so stupid. They're Christian right-wing fucking idiots. And they have no class, and they have no culture. They're stupid. And all I know about them is I fly over them. Now, you better get your ass and fucking get to the middle of the country already, away from the fire and the hurricane and everything else, right? The fucking the tsunami. Some crazy fire, right? It almost makes you want to stay warm. I'm freezing my ass off right now. Was that a drone? They got a drone spraying dust. Chalk. I think they dropped chalk or something. Or sand, who knows? Some kind of thing that doesn't burn. Poor birds. Poor eggs. Poor animals. Which way are you going to go? There's nowhere to go. Mother Nature is not having... Mother Nature is not being fucking nice right now, right? Because I guess humans...
You see that light up above?
I guess humans haven't been nice to Mother Nature, right? Let's see some more video.
What Amanda, I think, was talking about is some of the fire... devastated or traumatized.
Traumatized.
And fire still burning behind you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're currently in front of a home on Lockman Lane. I just want to step out so you could see this for yourself. We could see these flames from a couple of miles away. Getting up here, though, was extremely difficult. The last time I saw you guys live closer to PCH on Sunset Boulevard, I was telling you guys about these downed power lines that officers, CH...
There's a lot of footage.
Yes, there's a lot of vegetation. On the other hand...
I don't care what he's saying, really. Look at the images. Oh my God. Oh boy. Boy. Us humans, right? It's us humans. Our homes, our caves are on fire. My God, where's God? Where is God when LA is burning? This is This is God punishing the people of L.A., the pedophiles, and the billionaire class who exploit all of the other weaker, lesser humans. Fire in the hole. I said blazes. What is these people talking about?
Burned, likely even more, right? What can you tell us about that?
Board Vicarious says this was by design. Whose design? This was designed. Was it a human design or was it a natural design? Who designed it? I'd like to know. I don't know.
Full accurate count of that because they have to send out our assessment teams. So yeah, we do know that we have a very high number of homes that have been lost, and we're still actively, right now we are putting out spot fires on the PCH, but we still have active firefighting going on up in the hills, and we still have a number of concerns with the wind still going on.
And we see engines continuing to come in, so evidently, yes, this firefight is ever present, and we can see it, we can smell it, we're living it. How many boots are on the ground, right?
You could smell it. How many? That's a good question. How many boots are on the ground? Asked the important fireman.
Well, we have over 1,000, and we're still calling for more. So we have firefighters coming in from all over the state, and this is going to be a long, ongoing operation. And right, like you said, we're at 0% containment. So we'll remain here until we get
0% containment. He said 0% containment. That means they have no fucking control over it at all. All they're doing is squirting water whichever way the wind blows.
a full 100%
zero
containment of this, which it's unknown right now how long it's going to take. We're hoping as the wind conditions change Friday morning that we'll start to see a change in this, but we have to be prepared for anything. So that's why we're continuing firefighting operations all throughout the night, and then we do have firefighters strategically.
What else?
And Beverly Hills Unified.
See some more fire. I don't know
of the color guard there.
Oh, let's switch gears for a second and watch Jimmy Carter get buried.
This entire procession, and then they will make their way.
So Jimmy Carter's dead, by the way, if you heard. Jimmy Carter was laid to rest in the rotunda at the Capitol, and so he laid in rest, and now I guess I don't know where they're going to bury Jimmy. I think they bury him in should bury him in Arlington, right? Or where does he go? He's going back to Plains, Georgia. Most presidents are buried at Arlington, but on their request, they could be buried wherever they want.
Down Pennsylvania Avenue and through our nation's capital to the Washington National Cathedral. That grand and...
Okay, so what else? Let's get back to the fires.
Yeah, Robin, good morning. Look, I heard this fire described here in the Palisades.
Oh, no, the people in California are wearing masks again. The masked Avengers are back.
As a monster, and now that we're really seeing the aftermath of it, I can tell you that's a good way to describe it. In fact, I've had multiple people say things to me like every single person I know in Pacific Palisades has lost their home. And it's also...
Every single person in Palisades has lost their home. Whew.
So striking when you...
That's quite a comment. Everybody, not just some, not just those people over there, but everybody lost their home to fire.
You turn this corner to see the vast nothingness now that was once the most sought-after neighborhood in this country. And authorities told me this morning there's a new problem. The homes that are left standing, they're getting reports now of looting.
Looting.
We gotta get out of here. This morning, apocalyptic scenes across Los Angeles as harrowing
The looters are rummaging through the
stories of survival and
are rummaging through the fire. Right? They got fireproof gloves and they're looking for the money. They're looking for the safes, the looters. Anything that doesn't burn is ours. See that burnt dog over there? Fuck that. Leave the dog. Take the money. There's a lot of
been evacuated. Aaron Sampson and his elderly father-in-law fleeing the Pacific Palisades fire, stranded without a car, a good Samaritan driving them.
No vehicle. That's rough.
Before everyone abandoned their cars and continued on foot.
This is crazy. There's a fire.
And then you gotta hope you have gas.
Car. We got this. Come on. Turn around. You got it. Keep walking down the hill.
This fucking old broken down guy he's got his walker out. He's added fucking trouble for him.
Our David Muir on the scene.
The traffic was so bad they figured
their chances were better getting out on foot and running the rest of the way out of here.
I mean, it's an apocalyptic scene here.
It is. It is. You see where the bulldozer had to come through and push the cars aside so we can get up here.
My parents' house burnt down, my grandparents' house burnt down, and my aunt and uncle's house burnt down.
I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing because it's so incredible that you're watching, Good Morning America, and people are talking about their homes being burned and shit. All right, I'm almost done with this. So look at the stock market. How does the stock market give a shit about burning fucking California? California's on fire. How's the market doing? Up. California's on fire, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 106. S&P 500 up 9, and where's the Nasdaq? Where's the Nasdaq? Nasdaq is up a little bit. How's Trump stock doing? Down 68 cents to $34.55 per share, $35 a share on the Trump stock. Everything else is kind of sort of green. LA fires, $52 billion cost. This is Wall Street, Bloomberg reporting. LA fires, $52 billion would rank amongst the worst U.S. disasters. So that seems to be about the number that they're going to shoot for, $52 billion. And if they're calling for that, then expect it to be doubled. All right, so Gavin Newsom in the great state of California is probably sort of going to wait for Biden to leave. And then they're going to ask Trump for $100 billion to rebuild the burnt out fucking disaster that is now L.A. All right? Why don't you just give them like welfare or something? Give them welfare benefits and let them go to, fucking Louisiana or something and live there. Right? Or somewhere in the middle of the country, right? Just because you're rich, you don't have to live in California. Anyway, so the fucking markets. That's all I got today. What a great time to be alive. Is today something electionish? No, the 20th, right? January 20. Trump will be sworn in on January 20, and he will walk the great Pennsylvania Avenue and show his power as he recedes into power at the White House. So that's happening in 11 days. And anyway, thanks for joining me. And why am I so dark? I'm in the dark. I feel really good right now. I'm not in the dark. I'm not in the dark. So thank you all for joining me. I'll see you. Today's Thursday. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. If you're in California, take care of your fucking fire, and get in your car and go take a nice trip. And it's just belongings, I know that's rough to say. Oh, don't worry about it. Just leave your shit behind and get out of there with your life. But as humans, we're attached to our stuff, and we need our things. Things that you've had, some things that you've had for your whole life. You can't take it all with you. You can't take any of it with you in that situation. You could grab it and get out the house with your life. Because that is at the end of the day, that is what is important, your life. And you certainly don't want to, you certainly don't want to go up in flames trying to save your fucking safe with all your money in it. Marcus Conte reporting.